morning, Sault Ste. Marie, Chippewa, Algoma. Welcome to First Local for Thursday, August the 15th. Thank you very much for joining us for crying out loud. October. It was that warm weather that threw me off this morning.
Before the snow.
Warm.
See?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was so warm this morning I thought it was August. Good morning. It is October the 15th, Thursday.
That's right.
Weather outside is definitely not August weather.
No, not quite. We're not going to see that for a while.
Yes, and we probably won't see that again until next year.
Some snow showers possibly coming, though, but we'll have those coming up later.
Threw me off on that, too. Anyways, moving along. Thank you to Casey Securities for your sponsorship. I'm Chris Olker, and I'm here with Daniel LaPrade.
Good morning.
Good morning to everyone. Okay. Give us a little bit of an idea of what's coming up in the weather, because you've mentioned the four-letter word.
So we do have that chance overnight. Probably the next couple of nights that we're going to get some, yes, I'm going to say it, snow, right?
Okay.
Maybe just wet snow, wet flurries. But it might be a relief for some people because we've had so much rain this week and they're probably getting sick of it. But you might enjoy a little bit of wet snow that you don't have to shovel, just enough, but it could get slick out there. So make sure, if you got to get your winter tires on, it might be a good time to do that too, right?
All right, well.
But it's coming. Yeah. That first snowfall's coming.
Yeah, good times, good times. Today, just to give you a schedule of what we'll be going to be carrying today. At 9 a.m., we will have Amy Conant Barrett's Senate hearing. She's the U.S. Supreme Court nominee. This will be yesterday. At the end of the day, there was only 2 Democrats left at the hearing. There's 12 Republicans, 10 Democrats, and by the end of the hearing, all 12 Republicans were there, and there was 2 Democrats. The others had already left because they were done asking questions, apparently. So we'll see what happens today. Predominantly will most likely be just questions from Republicans,
right?
With only 2 Democrats still participating. I'm not sure what they think they can do walking out of a Senate hearing where they can no longer ask questions, if that's some sort of a protest or something.
I did tune in quickly, and the one that I did watch asking questions, the White House, I think, had charts and everything all up, and she had nothing on her notepad, right? She didn't even need any notes, and he's got all these charts, and I thought that was quite entertaining. Yeah,
that's actually not something you see often in Senate hearings, is someone stand up there with a whiteboard and start charting things out. Yeah, that's usually not something that happens normally. And then at 10:30 we have Education Minister Stephen Lecce, the Minister of Education here in Ontario. We have an announcement for him as well. And then, as per usual, we will have Premier Doug Ford at 1 o'clock. And today he is going to be with the President of the Treasury Board and also Christine Elliott, who is the Deputy Premier and Minister of Health. So make sure you tune in at 9 a.m., 10:30, and 1 p.m. today for live political coverage here on First Local. Okay, speaking of live, there's no live school going on right now in the Pickford Public Schools. They had 2 positive cases of the coronavirus. Both cases, we've been told, are in staff, not students. However, the school board there decided to shut down immediately. They will be going back to school on Monday after they've tested all the different people who have been exposed and so on.
Right.
The possible exposures, I should say. And they're working with the Chippewa County Health Department to work on how they're going to reopen the schools safely as well. And in the meantime, what they're asking, obviously, is to continue social distancing, wear a mask, and make sure you practice good hand hygiene, such as washing your hands and using the hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol.
That's right.
Less than that, doesn't work. It's nothing more than a fancy gel.
That's right. Okay, so sticking on the Michigan side, the Sioux man facing child abuse charges that we told you about yesterday on our website. If you want to view the story as well, you can go to SiouxOnline.com. There's going to be a picture up on your screen. He's a 28-year-old Sioux, Michigan man that's facing several charges following complaints of child abuse. The Chippewa County Sheriff's Office says the complaints involve several children, all suffering various degrees of injury. Robert Joseph Guimet was arrested on October 7th on 6 charges of child abuse. The Sheriff's Office wants anyone with information on this case to please contact them. So there you go, photos up on your screen.
I think people that abuse children should just be sent away. Permanent jail.
He's in the right country for. I mean, I hate to say it, but of course here
we don't have that.
We don't have the justice system that they have in the U.S. So.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that if you abuse children in any way, shape, or form, just you don't get a second chance.
Yeah.
Other stuff, we give you second chances. You rob a convenience store, get a second chance. You abuse children, we don't give you a chance to do that again.
Yep.
It's just, anyways.
Yeah.
That's one thing that, and even in prisons, the other prisoners will attack people who have abused children.
They'll take care of them,
even the prisoners think it's wrong, and they have their own, obviously, separate ethical code in prisons. But even they don't like people who abuse children. They will even, respond to things like that. So they even have to protect them once they are in jail too.
Right.
Okay. Local. Obviously, there was the. Trudeau's announcement about banning certain types of single-use plastics, for example, like the grocery bags that you pick up at your local grocery store, things like that.
Yep.
That being banned by the end of next year. Obviously, across the country, this is creating massive effects to businesses, particularly the smaller ones. And so we did an interview with Roy Ring just the other day, talking about the small ban plastics and what's going to happen there. He was also responding to the Canadian Chamber of Commerce and their remarks with regards to single-use plastics. And basically, to put it into perspective, this came from the Chamber of Commerce, the head of the Chamber of Commerce of Canada. He is obviously concerned about the recycling system and creating this circular economy that we keep hearing about, where we just keep reusing things and reusing things, because even stuff that's considered recycled still has 12% new plastic in it.
Right.
So it's actually not 100% recycled. It's just predominantly recycled material. So this is what he said. There's significant shortfalls in waste facility capacity, recycling capacity, and compostable plastics production need to be addressed, and quickly, obviously, since we're basically 1 year and 3 months away from this. At present, it remains unclear how this policy will address the current fragmented approaches to disposing consumer products. Without improvements, this policy will result in avoidable higher costs to meet different provincial regulations. Every day and every dollar can make a difference between a business staying open and closing its doors for good. Today's announcement will make little progress in advancing Canada's circular economy, but will add significant costs to small businesses at a time when they're already struggling to survive because of the economic impact of COVID-19. And yeah, it's one thing for large companies to have to figure this stuff out. It's another when you're a mom and pop shop.
Yeah, to dump it on them now.
To dump it on them.
With all the stuff going on.
Yeah, and there's also, the mom and pop shops are not the ones creating the waste.
That's right.
I mean, most of the waste is
coming from the bigger corporations.
Consumer products companies and food companies. They're not making the waste. They're just putting the bags in. So predominantly the waste is not coming from those mom and pop shops.
But they'll pay the price for that.
And they're going to pay the price for it because they're the ones that are going to have to maybe switch to paper bags or say only recycled bags.
Yeah.
And what if COVID-19 happens again where we're not allowed to use recycled bags and they put that in? So.
Yeah, like I said, he's going to try to ram through what he can now while he's in a minority situation. Hunting tourism is down this year. Dan Gray has done a story on this. If you want to go to our website to read the full story, SiouxOnline.com. The month-to-month closure of the border has wreaked havoc on local hunting tourism this year. The rifle moose hunt for our area will start this upcoming weekend, and one local business owner says it won't be the same as previous years. So you can go and check this whole story out. But basically, the local business has been hurt by the border closure. Laurie Marcel is the Executive Director of Nature and Outdoor Tourism Ontario, and although reluctant to guess the damage, she said it would most likely be an over 75% loss to businesses in Ontario. So there's more details in that story if you go to our website.
Yeah, and we'll just go through quickly some Ontario COVID-19 numbers. We had 721 new cases. That means our 7-day rolling average is now at 781. However, most of the cases are in the Toronto area. 270 of those cases were in Toronto. 170 were in Peel, which is like Mississauga-Brampton area. 79 in New York region. Also, Hamilton saw 41 cases. And the good news is that Ottawa has seen a significant drop in cases. They had been in triple digits, and they've actually gotten back down to only 31 cases yesterday. So they saw, and it was 116 the day before.
Wow,
so they are controlling their outbreaks and making sure that they're doing the isolating and contact tracing and so on. Which the Toronto has stopped doing contact tracing, by the way. They're just working on isolation of cases that they know of.
Right.
They just can't. They just can't. There aren't that many contact tracers.
So. That's right. The province is going to hire another 500. So 2020 is going to be remembered quickly for a lot of things: face masks, wildfires, hurricanes, among them, of course, COVID. However, there's a new wasp, a parasitoid wasp that's been named after the pandemic, which is called Covida. So the insect named Covida was discovered during the 2020 global quarantine period. So this has been a newly discovered parasitoid wasp that has been published in the peer-reviewed journal Zookeys. So the scientific name is Stephalinx covida, if I said it right. It belongs to the large Darwood wasp family, which is comprised of more than 25,000 species worldwide. So there you go. There's your tidbit for the day. There's
That's
a
exciting.
wasp named after the...
I wonder how many people subscribe to that magazine. Like 4?
Yeah. So let's look at the camera here. We're not going to see any wasps. I would hope not. The camera is brought to you by wirelesscom.ca, and whoa, it's covered. Look at that. It's been a wet morning once again. It was wet overnight quite a bit. We had a lot of wind, leaves blowing around, but we're going to see that weather continue. I don't have a lot of good news for you coming up in the forecast if you don't like rain or snow. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. I'll have the 3-day weather, regional temperatures all coming up. Weather is brought to you by Northern Lights Detailing. We'll be right back after this break.
Did you know that 1 in 3 people are affected by fire in their lifetime? Or that 1 in 3 fire deaths happen in homes with no working smoke alarms? You may have just seconds to safely escape a fire in your home. That's why early detection of fire is absolutely vital. Only working smoke alarms provide those precious seconds you and your family need to safely escape. Install smoke alarms on every story and outside all sleeping areas of your home. For added protection, install a smoke alarm in every bedroom. Test smoke alarms monthly by pressing the test button. If the alarm doesn't sound, install a new battery. Replace alarm batteries at least once a year and whenever the low battery warning chirps. And if the alarm still doesn't sound, replace the alarm with a new one. Smoke alarms have an expiry date. Remember to check the back of the smoke alarm for dates of manufacture. Replacement is within the time frame on the manufacturer's instructions. In most cases, 7 to 10 years. Always replace expired alarms. Remember, it's the law in Ontario to have working smoke alarms on every story of your home and outside all sleeping areas. Failure to comply with the Ontario Fire Code requirements could result in a fine or even jail time. So protect yourself and your loved ones by ensuring that all your smoke alarms are functional and up to code. For more fire safety information, please visit www.saultestmarie.ca/firesafe.
What's life without making a few mistakes down the road? A few sharp turns. And doing things for what we adore, but might regret later. A trip to Chuck's Roadhouse isn't one of them. With melt-in-your-mouth AAA steaks, buttery lobster tail, half-priced apps after 9 p.m., an ice-cold draft with all your Roadhouse favorites. Chuck's Roadhouse. Food the way it ought to be, priced the way it used to.
Good morning, welcome back to First Local on your Thursday, October 15th. And we're going to say a couple good mornings to people on Facebook. Good morning to Amanda, Andrea, Karen, and Giselle. Thank you very much for tuning in and commenting on our Facebook show, our Facebook feed rather. So you can also make sure you tune in there. If you have a birthday and anniversary shout out that you want, drop it in there and we'll get to it later on in the show. And of course, reminding people to watch. You can watch us on Facebook, watch us on the website at On TV or SiouxOnline.com. You can watch on your Roku device, search On TV or Amazon Fire. Basically anywhere from any device. We make it very simple for you. So make sure you do that. So radar, we've got some lingering pockets of showers that are moving through right now over top of us here. A low pressure system just over Sudbury here that's moving its way east. We do have some more systems coming our way. Can't see it on the radar at the moment, but it is going to be moving in. We are going to see some more rain and some snow showers potentially coming our way this evening and tomorrow as well. So let's get into your details. Your expected highs today aren't going to be too high for this time of year, but it is around the normals. So 5 degrees in Thunder Bay, 6 in Wawa, 10 in Timmins, 8 here in Sault Ste. Marie, 9 in Elliott Lake, and 11 in Sudbury. And those overnight lows are dipping down. -3 in Thunder Bay, -2 in Wawa, -1 in Timmins, 1 here in the Sioux, 0 in Elliott Lake, and then back to 1 degree in Sudbury. So we're seeing some snow in our region too. This morning it was snowing in Thunder Bay as well. So currently we are sitting at 9. You saw in the camera there that we have the odd lingering shower coming through. We're only going to see a high of 8 degrees today. We're going to see showers, winds becoming, it's going to get windy again. So winds are going to become northwest 40 kilometers, gusting to 60 in the morning. And then the temperature is going to drastically fall as we go through the afternoon. And it will be overnight, we will be looking at cloudy with a 60% chance of rain showers or flurries, as I mentioned, and the winds will die down just a little bit, northwest 30 kilometers to 50, becoming lighter as we get in through the overnight, and you're going to see a low of 1. Now, you're going to feel like 3 today with that wind, so if you are out there, make sure you do have a jacket and bundle up. It's not a good day to be in shorts or anything like that, and your UV index is 1, in case that interests anybody for this time of year. Friday, look at that, the snow and rain icon. We have that coming up. So 8 degrees for Friday is your high. And you do have a chance of seeing, you'll see some sun in the morning for a little bit. Then you're going to see increasing cloudiness late in the morning. Then we have a 60% chance of a shower in the afternoon. And then as we get into the nighttime, once again, we're going to see cloudy with a 70% chance of flurries or rain showers with a low of 0. So there's a very good chance that those will fall as snow showers depending on your elevation. Saturday, things won't be much better for you. You're going to see a mix of sun and cloud with a 40% chance of rain showers or flurries, 9 degrees, and a low of 5. And Sunday, continuing on, once again, 9 degrees is your high, and you're going to see cloudy with a 60% chance of showers throughout the day. And Sunday night, as we get into the overnight, once again, you have that risk of snow flurries coming in overnight with a 60% chance of that, or rain showers. So that's what's coming up in the next 3 days. 7-day forecast, unfortunately, don't have much sun to report. You'll see that coming up, as well as the Weather Watcher photo. And I want to thank everybody, by the way, for sending in Weather Watcher photos when we have these storms roll through. We appreciate that, so keep sending them in. Chris and I will be back right after this break with more news. Stay tuned.
A message from the Government of Canada.
It's been a while since I've seen Joe. We were a couple of pranksters, and Joe was always full of surprises. But today, he's the one in for a surprise.
The thing is, Joe doesn't live here anymore. For people living with dementia, getting lost can happen unexpectedly. Are you ready to help? Help people living with dementia live safely in our communities. Contact your local Alzheimer's Society and visit findingyourwayontario.ca.
Canada United is a movement to show local businesses some love. Right now, they could use our support more than ever. So we're asking Canadians to buy local and spread the word. And every time you watch our videos or like our posts, we'll contribute 5 cents to small business relief, starting with this video. So keep watching and tell your friends, because buying local can make a big impact. And small actions can too. Canada United. Together we can make a difference.
And good morning, welcome back on your Thursday, October 15th. And I want to thank our sponsors quickly, KC Security for the show, Northern Lights Detailing for the weather, and wirelesscom.ca for the beautiful shots we get on our camera every morning. So thank you very much for that. And so what's going on in events?
Yes, got a couple things going on. Two things today. The League of Women Voters is having a candidate forum tonight. It's for the Michigan 107th House District. It's at 7 p.m., so you can check that out, the League of Women Voters, on the website to find out how you can watch that event. Also, tonight, later on today, the Alzheimer's Society of Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma has their annual general meeting. This is going to be at 5 p.m. Obviously, it's a Zoom meeting this year, so just go to the Alzheimer's Society of Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma District on their Facebook page, and then you can find the link to the Zoom meeting there. And it's at 5 p.m. this evening, so both those events today, 5 and 7 o'clock. A couple traffic updates for you. On I-75, they are doing that lighting upgrade. It's still going on. It is in the Sault Ste. Marie area. It's expected to be done by Friday, November the 13th. Don't hold your breath on that. The outside lane on both the north and southbound I-75 from the 3 Mile Road overpass to Easter Day Avenue overpass is where the work is taking place. And basically this is to implement a vehicle detection system to activate warning flashers when traffic is backing up on I-75. Also, another traffic update for you. More road construction, this time on US 2 in Mackinac County. It started on the 12th earlier this week. It's supposed to end on December the 11th. This project is to require intermittent daytime closures of US 2 at the 2 project locations. 1 lane of alternating traffic will be maintained via traffic regulators, and also work will require 11-foot width restriction in those locations. So wider vehicles will not be able to fit through. This is to make new turn lanes, to allow trucks to make safer turns. And like I said, that'll be finished by mid-December. Hopefully.
If all goes well.
It's called road construction, so who knows?
Exactly.
And also, as you're coming into town on Highway 17 here in Sault Ste. Marie, just be mindful that there's a ton of construction going on there, and you're down to 1 lane both directions there with the inside lanes closed. So,
absolutely.
Moving on to sports. For all your sports news, make sure you check out Soo online. However, last night,
oh, the LA Dodgers.
Racking up, it's almost like they're the Yankees last night. They were racking up the points, 15-4 over the Atlanta Braves.
Wow.
This keeps them alive in the series, though. The Braves were up 3-0. This snaps an Atlanta Braves 7-game win streak that they've had so far in the playoffs. And so they're back to 3-1 for the Braves in the series. They're playing again tonight. They just need to win this game, and they will be in the World Series.
Hopefully they didn't use all their runs up. A little bit more of a closer game between the Houston Astros and the Tampa Bay Rays. Houston Astros did pull off the win 4-3 as well to stay alive in their series. Tampa Bay is now leading that series 3-1 as well. Both the series will continue today. So there you go. Baseball is continuing on.
Yes, and there's no Thursday night football tonight because of all the things going on with COVID-19. There is the regular games on Sunday and Monday Night Football, but there's no NFL tonight. But you can watch both the baseball playoff games tonight if you want to watch some live sports. We'll be right back after this with the 7-day forecast.
Even though we can't always meet in person, we can still listen.
Even though schools are closed, help is still available in your community. Even though you may be worried, services and supports are still here.
In stressful times like these, families need mental health supports more than ever.
We are here to make sure you can stay connected to your community and culture.
Nous savons qu'il peut être difficile de rester à la maison, mais vous n'êtes pas seul.
And we know asking for help for yourself and others can be hard.
But there are people in your community who are ready to support you.
No matter your age, gender, sexual identity, race, or culture.
No matter the day, time, or issue.
We're here to help.
Good morning, just after 8:26 on your Thursday morning. We're going to get right into your 7-day forecast. We want to thank Northern Lights Detailing for sponsoring our weather. They're at 632 Great Northern Road, and thank you to KC Security for sponsoring the show. So as mentioned, we got look at the graphic. There's not much to speak of in the sun there, and we're going to see on Monday maybe some more snow showers during the day. Even 5 degrees is your high. A little bit of a break from everything with clouds on Tuesday and then back to more rain. But getting up to 11 on Thursday, overnight lows are going from 0 up to 5 and then they're staying down pretty low until they hit 8 degrees on Thursday next week. Let's get into the Weather Watcher photo, which is some fall colors. And I was going to switch to that. Thanks, Mike. Fall colors sent in by Daria James once again. Another great photo. So thank you very much for sending that in. Send in your photos and videos to ontvweather@gmail.com and include your name and location. They go up to SiouxOnline.com as well as here on First Local, our newscast, our Facebook, Twitter page, everywhere you want to see it. Your photo gets shown. All right, so speaking of weather, there was some downed lines that closed a West End street yesterday. A resident in the 300 block of Henry Street reported lines down during the noon hour. Sault Ste. Marie Fire Services responded to find a cable line hanging over the roadway preventing safe travel of vehicles. A bystander said a commercial delivery vehicle in that area may have been the cause of the damage. Upon arrival, it was determined to be a cable line and not hydro, so there was no live wires. PUC was notified and arrived to pull up the line and make it safe. So there we go, Dan Gray chasing all the action.
Yeah, constantly he's
on the ball.
all over. Yeah,
he's on the
great.
ball.
We're getting all these stories. Okay, City of Sault Ste. Marie wants to remind you to be prepared for potential rain and snow events. This is their disclaimer for when your basement fills up with sewage.
Right.
Okay, this is what they actually said. Area Coordinator for Wastewater, Dan Perry. During significant weather events, parts of the city's storm and sanitary sewers experience higher than normal flows. When this happens, the capacity of the system may be exceeded. Translation, sewage in your basement, which could cause the system to surcharge sewage in your basement, or back up into the laterals or pipes servicing private properties, sewage into your basement. The city's storm and sanitary system is designed to standards adapted across Ontario. That's nice. Why don't we build a system that doesn't back up into our basements? City staff ensure the main system is functioning properly and takes as many precautions as possible to prevent damage to private property. However, it is important that individual property owners protect their property as well. Okay, yeah, that's called paying our property taxes for you to take care of it for us. Maybe you shouldn't spend all that money in the strip club, and you could have put it into the sewer system.
Oh, there's so many things.
Oh my goodness, the things I could list off. Anyways, they suggest installing something called a back check valve and a sump pump. Which is what you would to try and prevent backups into your system.
Right. Yeah,
but if you flush your toilet and there's no way to go into the sewage system, back check valve is supposed to stop that from at least coming back into your house.
Right. So you're not getting the sewage in your basement.
So anyways, moving along before I have a heart attack. Today, 9 a.m., Amy Coney Barrett's Senate confirmation for the U.S. Supreme Court. Stephen Lecce at 10:30, who's the Minister of Education here in Ontario, for his announcement, and Doug Ford at 1 o'clock as per usual, coming from Queen's Park. We'll have all that for you today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great morning.
Take care, everybody.